This reaction is brought to you by my $5 or more patrons at patreon.com/AlexHeitz. I'd like to thank Andreas Glaisel, Big Chicken Time, Steph Newtown, Andrew Graff, at HotGirlVideos69 on Twitter, B. Jabber, Jason Bates, Mark Ventura, Matthew McLaughlin, Richard, Will E., and Sam Gavshak for sponsoring this video, supporting me, my family, the channel. I appreciate it immensely, and I hope you all enjoy this video. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to a new artist binge, which is already half over in a way. So as you can see, this is a Talk album, the first one. We have done two Talk albums in the past. We have done Laughingstock and Spirit of Eden in that order. Did Laughingstock July 2019. That was very early on in my reaction lineup, and then Spirit of Eden was August 2020. So it's been 3 years since I've heard a Talk album. But we just finished up Elliott Smith, and now we're diving into Talk to finish it out. What we have on the docket is this album, It's My Life, The Color of Spring, and then we'll go to Mark Hollis's self-titled and just round out the whole discography, because I really enjoy Mark Hollis's songwriting. I also find who is the guy who ended up kind of joined later? Hold on, what was his name? Tim Freese Green, however you say it, producer that kind of showed up later. Just really incredible songwriting. So we're just going to start at the beginning today. I know that this album isn't necessarily considered one of their best, but I'm curious to see if it's just a good synth pop album. And kind of, I want to look at the context to see like where they start and where they end up. So should be a very interesting listen today. For those who don't know, I do unedited reactions at my Patreon, patreon.com/AlexHeitz. For $5 a month, you can get access to the entire back catalog of unedited reactions. That starts April 2021. That's the beginning of my Modest Mouse binge, is when I started doing these unedited reactions. And I don't know how many we're up to now. Patreon doesn't tell me anymore, which is a little bit annoying. But I know we're like upwards of like maybe 70, something like that. But yeah, $5 a month, access to that content. Also, $1 a month, you can get access to voting in polls, which we do every 2 to 4 albums. It just breaks up the monotony of these artist binges. You get to inject a miscellaneous album in there. And usually pick from four miscellaneous albums, and $1 a month is all you need to be able to vote in those polls. Also got to shout out NordVPN, link in the description for that. Fantastic VPN, great speeds, great prices, encrypt your data, access content from other countries, etc., etc. Check the link in the description for a nice price. Well, the party's over, even though it's just beginning, if I may say so. I don't know, is this a... I mean, this is 82, so it's like, you know, right at the cusp of that new romantic, new wave thing. But the party's already over, according to Talk. I don't know. I just read the words. Great art. I really like the art, actually. Very, looks kind of postmodern. Very Talk, especially given the It's My Life poster coming up next. Very much in the same vein. So this is a short album. It's around 36 minutes, I believe. How long is it based on my files here? Yeah, 36 minutes. We have 9 tracks. So I don't hear anyone ever talk about this album. I believe the title track or the Talk track is supposed to be decent. I don't know anything about anything else here. Producer is Colin Thurston, who was a former engineer for Bowie, but also did Duran Duran's first 2 albums. I don't know. I just want to kind of dive in, get through this, not in a bad way, but I want to see what we got. So without any further ado, let's begin with the first track, Talk. Okay. Okay. Little repetitive of a chorus, but good instrumentation. Got that nice, that early synth pop sound that has like that veneer of post punk in the background. Um, Definitely with the percussion, darker sound as well, a little more mysterious. It is straightforward, but I don't see much wrong with that. I'm curious to see if the album, because I think that's a solid song. I'm curious to see if it maintains some level of interest or if it's just going to be kind of dull. So let's keep going. It's so serious. Not as good as Talk Talk. Yeah. So like, there's like repetition in it. That's like very atypical of the Talk Talk I know. They definitely move away from that. Like lingering on repetition of choruses so far has been a thing. Yeah, I don't know. The instrumentation, like it's the production sounds good. It has that nice crisp synth pop new wave sound, but I don't know, something about it's just lacking the spice. It's lacking the songwriting spice. I don't know, maybe there's some gems in here, but let's keep going. Today, I think that this technically had It's So Serious as a B-side. It did. Okay, so here's Today. Interesting. I got like Cure vibes on that one as far as like some of the like the Today, like very distant background shouting feels kind of Robert Smithian. Had a slight, I don't know if I'd say post-punk, maybe gothic feel to it. Felt darker. Again with the repetition of the chorus. That's so odd. I was not expecting that. I think that's kind of been the downfall so far is the songs sort of feel like flat lines in a way. But then again, I don't have like a ton to complain about. It's a weird dynamic that's happening right now. I'm not disliking it though, but I can definitely tell like the spice is not here. I don't know. Maybe it will be. The party's over. Now that's the talk I know and love right there. Long song, 6 minutes. Interesting phrasing. You didn't have a repetition of the chorus. You actually had a different outro. Take this punishment away, Lord, name the crime I'm guilty of. Introspective lyrics, religious lyrics. There, the early talk has it too. Yeah, favorite so far. I would say I like that more than talk, the track, which is also good. Cool. The only other long one on here is Have You Heard the News, which is 5 minutes, but it's a nice way to end side one of the supposed vinyl. So we flip over. This is track 5, Hate. Okay. All right. I so I did like that one. There's a lot I liked about it. The breaks kind of throw me off a little bit. They're sort of out of left field, a little campy, I would say. But again, another like nice darker, more gothic tinged synth pop track. Really nice like driving post punky kind of percussion. Good phrasing again. Nice. All right. Yeah, I was a little worried with It's So Serious and Today. I was just like, is this just going to be like a flat line? But no, there's some variety here. There's some good songwriting. Does it have staying power? Am I going to come back and listen to this? That's the uncertain part. Have you heard the news? All right. Interesting, very mysterious, slinky. I don't know if I necessarily like love it a lot, but the songwriting is definitely like picking up. It was a little bit of a flat line for the first like 3 tracks as far as like that talk flavor, but it's here and it's intriguing. Again, I'm really surprised by the like Cure vibes I'm getting. There's definitely a more gothic post-punk feel to the tracks, even if they don't necessarily always sound like it totally. But good, good. 3 tracks left. We have Mirror Man. A bit of the same problem that I had with, was it Hate? Just the interjections, like break up the song in a really awkward way. But I don't know. That was also one where like it's a weird balance of I'm really interested in what I'm hearing, but it's not super enjoyable to listen to. It doesn't like do very much for me. But like it's this certainly isn't bad. I would not call this a bad album. It's really odd because while there have been a couple songs that feel like straightforward to the point of not feeling like it has that special talk thing going on, there's just like barely any hook as far as pop songs go. And you're just like kind of interested in the interesting production and songwriting atmosphere, I suppose. So there is value here for sure. And some of these songs I think are legitimately pretty solid. Like Party's Over, Hate, and Have You Heard the News have been, I thought, were like some of the best ones so far. This one had interesting elements to it. I don't know how much it came together as a full song. Anyway, we have two tracks left. I'm eager to get this done and kind of talk about the thing as a whole and sort of reflect on it. So, another word.
When you're hanging round, waiting on the other side of town. It's another word, but it's another word. Your love and shine, living life is a glamour show.
Gotta be honest, least favorite so far. Felt the most phoned in. Just by paint by numbers synth pop. I don't know, just kind of dull. Like not there wasn't really much there for me. It's kind of a dud, which is surprising. Honestly, it's like the only one on here so far that I'd say I didn't like in some capacity. All right, Candy, final track.
Kind of body, it's all you. You know I feel so bad, yeah, yeah. When I think about the time, none of this has had to go too far. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, interesting note to go out on. Very climactic. Interesting bass presence on there as well. Is that what that was? Cool. Okay. So this was The Party Is Over. The Party's Over. It is nice. It is nice. I noticed the writers of the different songs. Talk was written by Mark Hollis and his older brother Ed. It's So Serious, Today, The Party's Over, and Hate are written by all four band members. Have You Heard the News, Mirror Man, and Candy are written by Mark Hollis. And then Another Word, the only track I didn't like, written by Paul Webb. I'm so sorry, Paul. I didn't like the track that you wrote. You wrote a bad song, PT. Yeah, so overall, very glad I listened to this. It was not boring, which was my main fear was like, is this just going to be dull? And they just didn't find their footing yet. But there are some really fascinating ideas here. There's plenty of dull, straightforward synth pop here. But there's every song has, aside from Another Word, I'm sorry, has some interesting aspect going on that's not completely like other synth pop bands of the era, especially 82. And for all of the like Cure comparisons I'm making, this was arguably like before some of those vibes, I would say. Like Faith came out in 82, right? Then you had Pornography in 83. But I would argue that this reflects closer to some of the stuff that they were doing later, like Head on the Door or Disintegration, as far as vibe goes. Because they were doing way more atmospheric stuff and way more post-punky stuff in the early 80s, the Cure were. So, I don't know. But there's definitely... Because, like, I know Mark Hollis came from a post-punk kind of background, right? Like, he was in the Reactions, right? Is that what the name of his band was? Which kind of came from the post-punk era. And they had their song Talk, 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 which was on a punk compilation, right? I don't know. I've never heard the track, so I don't know exactly what it sounds like. It's apparently twice as fast as Talk Talk on this album. So it's like they're definitely coming from a dark sound. This isn't like Tears for Fears synth pop with that sheen and, excitement to it. This is a little more brooding. At least on side 2 it was. So that was a pleasant surprise. Yeah, interesting album. Glad I heard it. Very eager to move on to It's My Life next, get into some more stuff that I figure I will enjoy more. But I'm definitely glad to have this one under my belt. Solid listen. All right. That's all, guys. That's all I got for you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Glad to be into Talk Talk era again. We got some good stuff coming up on the horizon. We have Rested Talk Talk, Mark Hollis, Chameleons, Jeff Buckley, MBV, Nirvana. Really solid lineup. Very excited to dive into all those. And yeah, It's My Life is next. The only tracks I've heard off of that are It's My Life and Such a Shame, which I think is a superior track to It's My Life, but what do I know? Yeah, that should be, I think, a better album. It seems people feel that way anyway. And I'm just going to be excited to listen to Such a Shame again, But these tracks here, I'll probably come back to them here and there in the future, even after, listening again for the follow-up that I'll do later. But yeah, cool. All right. I don't think I have anything else to add. Got to plug the Patreon, patreon.com/AlexHeitz, of course, $5 a month. Access to unedited reactions, of which this will be one. And $1 a month, access to voting in polls that we do every 2 to 4 albums. Also, the Discord, link in the description for that as well. Got like 175 members over there, give or take. And we just talk about things, like I'll post early access to reactions I do and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all. I'm going to go now. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and eager to get to It's My Life next. So until next time, fare thee well. Godspeed.